I'm not a big believer in NDAs, never signed one, never will. But you know what? Some people do. And I suspect, I do not know, but I suspect maybe that's what's going on between Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro. There's some kind of contract in place and some kind of money that was exchanged. So she can't actually say what she really thinks about Daily Wire. There was some kind of falling out because they had a difference of opinion over a pretty key international issue. You know the whole drill. Well, she did an appearance recently at Turning Point, the organization run by my friend Charlie Kirk. Lots of young people. It's an exciting conservative movement on college campuses across the country. And she went there and she spoke. And I think we have like a 30-second clip. I want to show you this of somebody asking her about why she can't say more. And this is one way of saying NDA. Here we go.
So cool seeing you in person. I'm such a huge fan.
You're very sweet.
So my question is, after being let go from the Daily Wire and being able to speak firsthand, do you think that the Daily Wire is complicit in censorship of certain people/topics similar to that of left-wing institutions?
I cannot talk about that. Thanks, everyone.
Clever. You know what? I give her credit for that. She is a clever woman. She's fun to watch debate for sure. And she isn't going to put up with a whole lot of BS. And so I admire that about her. Ben Shapiro is not going to put up with a lot of BS either. He's created an organization, his own company that he owns with Jeremy, from scratch, really. And they've built something, and they've built a brand, and they're trying to protect the brand. And you know what? They're a private company. So you can understand why maybe if they have a viewpoint, while they may be all about freedom of speech, they may actually be concerned about their bottom line as well. Right? Like that's part of what goes with, unfortunately, working for an organization. And it's the reason why yours truly is never going to work for an organization again. Right? Like I don't want somebody telling me what I can say or what I can verbalize in any way, shape, or form. Been there, done that. Thank you very much. Reminder to subscribe, of course. But once you go to work for another organization, look, like that's, you made your bed. At that point, you got to come to terms with it. And so I think this has been hard for her as a champion of free speech to recognize that you're still working for someone else, right? Like that's, and it's not fair. I get it. Believe me, it's, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I would just say as a business owner myself, if I have a bunch of talent that's on the team, and hopefully one day I do, right? Like we'll grow this together. But if it becomes detrimental to the business, you can understand, can you not? I mean, it's a small business, why it might be problematic. So she just took this on full force, ladies and gentlemen. She was asked about it again at Turning Point. And again, this is a clever way of saying NDA, but it was also a very clever way of, like zinging Daily Wire in a pretty brutal way. I will tell you that it helps them both. It's good for ratings all around. That's the plus side. Upside, glass half full. Anyway, let's watch Candace. Totally give it to Ben.
Guys, the last thing that I am going to say, strangely, this is such a crazy story, but as I was headed in here, I got a frantic call from somebody. They did. They called me and they said, Candace, something very weird is happening. The Daily Wire has sent somebody secretly to record you. An intern, a PR intern, to secretly record you, to catch you in a bad moment, in a bad light. And I think that intern's name, no, to be fair, it is never the fault of a person when their employer is sending them to do something that isn't good, but I would really love it if stood up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a little too intimidating for you too, but apparently she got an email at 10 p.m., hopped on a plane, is pretending to be a student. And so I do just want to say to Ben Shapiro, enough. Come out into the light. Really, come on. Let's do this debate. Stop sending interns to do your dirty work. I don't bite. I'm down for the debate. Charlie Kirk says he will fly you out. He will fly you out next week to Detroit, and we can do the debates on his stage. Thank you, Turning Point USA. Let's take some questions.
Of course. Charlie's happily going to. By the way, you know how much money they'd all make? You know how much money like, this is actually what you call publicity. It's a weird kind of publicity. I get it. But that's the business they're in. And the more they can sort of gin up excitement about this big debate, which they can't agree to, right? Because whoever hosts it is going to make more money than the person who's not actually hosting it. So that's where this whole turf thing is coming in. But this is helpful, believe it or not, for both of them. I mean, I hate to be so capitalist about it all, but, you know, that's just the reality. And, you know, who knows? Benny, Benny Johnson, the Benny Show, he says he's got a source over at Turning Point. The whole thing's true. Whatever. You know what? I don't even really care. I think the point is they had a breakup of sorts, and they're both willing to recognize that they can both make money on it if they just keep the story alive. So we're helping them. What do you know? We're helping them, guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel right here, where we try not to get into brutal fights with people other than those that we really don't like, like CNN. And The View. I'll add them to that too.